Humanity is going to fail if we don't focus on the correct technologies. I've been thinking about like technology and like how we're kind of not looking at the right areas, because we can probably get a lot farther ahead than we are right now just by focusing on the correct technologies. For example, in the online space, right now we're focusing on like social media. Like the biggest companies are the social media companies, and just these top level random websites out there that are making billions of dollars. But really, I think we should be focusing on making actually good and useful for the future type technologies in online, because there are a number of things that we're missing. We're missing like education online. That's one thing that can be used with AI, for example. It can be used in all schools, and it probably would very much accelerate the speed of learning of kids and stuff. Because people always criticize the school system for being outdated. So you would think that education should be a priority online, but it really just doesn't seem to be the case all that much. Second of all, especially online, there's the idea of like being able to make a business online, like a website. This is obviously common, and it's not even that difficult, but it's just the fact that we haven't made like a full system to just make a business in a couple clicks, and then have like marketing that AI does for you, and then it takes in the the data and like changes your website or online business to match what people give feedback on. So I think we're missing just a number of different things on the internet that we really could be utilizing our resources and our time better to really get ahead in civilization as a whole. But it's not even just that. It's also something like just very much futuristic technologies that we probably should be focusing on more, like teleportation. It might seem extreme, but I do believe that in a couple hundred years, like we'd probably be able to do it if we just focused very hard on it. And think about all the useful things that like something like teleportation is able to accomplish once we have it. Like it can be very good for transporting materials and goods around the world, ships and cars and stuff, and then also just way less time being spent in travel, and that's just makes everything more efficient and stuff. But obviously I don't know if teleportation is even possible, but I think it probably is. If it is, then we should be focusing on it, because it's just such an obvious gain for society. But we just kind of aren't. I've never heard of anyone that really has tried doing that before. But it's not just teleportation. Another, like, even more crazy idea, I guess, is the idea of, like, immortality in general. But I'm talking about, like, scientifically. I think it technically is possible. I think there was, like, some animal that we were looking at, or we are looking at here and there, to try and figure out immortality. But we haven't figured it out yet. So you'd think that, like, the thing that kills the most people would probably be focused on a little bit more, because that'd be just as efficient and like money making as any other technology we're making right now. And right now, though, we're kind of focusing on energy as a big one in our push to make the world more technologically advanced, because you need energy to make things work. But I also feel like if you just focus on some of these other things, like the online stuff, like education, and then the teleportation and immortality in general, and longer lives in general, I feel like a lot more gain to be made than if you just focus on energy as itself. Because once you have these other parts finished up, then you're able to get more energy just by saving it. And then you can focus on the energy that you actually need later on. Now, I might be wrong about the energy part of it, but I think it's hard to argue against the fact that we're probably not focusing on the correct things, and that we aren't going to really last long enough if we just keep doing everything the exact same way. I don't think we're going to succeed at a very quick pace, and we might run out of resources if we wait too long for these revolutionary technologies. And right now we're just focusing on the wrong things, focusing on like social media and lots of random websites, when we really could be focusing on more applicable things to everyone in the world. So that's just kind of what I was thinking today. Bye.